But the idea is, the idea of having this conversation is so we can be objective on the basis of what it is that you have now said. I mean, on the basis of the admission that you had a problem with one or two names. And it's very interesting that this list is divided into two. We have 32 names in all. We have 17 non-career ambassador nominees, which is where most of the objections are. And if you were to ask me, using my own journalistic eye, I bet I cannot see more than 3 of the names that you might have any problems with, or perhaps 4 that you have any problems with. And then you come down to where you have the career ambassador nominees, where you have about another 15 or so names. And there is no problem there. At least nobody has raised any objection. Can we, on the basis of that, strongly condemn an entire list and make all of these people feel like they're inadequate?
No. You see, when we get to it, everyone knows where the conversation lies, is with the non-career ambassadors. The career ambassadors are fine. But again, you know that it just takes one bad inclusion. And look, it doesn't matter the sea of good people. When you see a white sheet and one small black dot, we generally see the black dot. We don't see the sea of whiteness, because you would be defining that whole work by that black dot. So when you look at it, the question is, what are the duties of an ambassador? When this problem materializes in the future, you would not remember the career ambassadors. In fact, these few people, which you term as few, and again, we're very careful to be sure that we situate it, we contextualize it. Even among the list of the women, I'm sure, look, an ambassador must be a person of impeccable character, capable of representing not just the president who is the appointer, but the country. And so at some point you would ask yourself, did it take the president almost 3 years to... It means this is the best he can come up with. With due apologies to the people who are of impeccable character, whose names have been found on that list. And remember, when we had this conversation, he clearly said, look, if I had been given, I would clearly reject. There are people you should not be found in company with, because it would rub off. So whether they are in the minority or they are in the majority, the discussions today, and which is why I'm sure that a lot of people who even expected, they are very happy that their names are not there. Because you would have to paint them, you would look at them from the prism. Even look at how the list, in terms of the ranking, how the list was done. Look at monitor conversations. All of us, and it's not sectional conversations, it's generic. You're going to see generic. And it's coming organically, it's not sponsored. And again, why we spoke about it as a political party is that we are the main opposition party, and we must do the work of the opposition, which is keeping the government in check for the good of the country. Not to bring, which is why we're not questioning the discretion of the president, but we are questioning the exercise, the philosophical underpinning that this president, remember what happened to the list of clemency and pardon. It took a lot of shout from people. And so at times you must be fair to the president to say, Mr. President, have you looked at this again? Are you listening to the mood of the country? At a time when this country is bleeding like this, characters who have held very strong opinions about some sections of the country, who have been very divisive, at a time when this country needs healing. So when you send such characters out, would they help to heal? Would they help to portray a united country? Would they help to portray a country that is in need of help to consolidate their democracy?